Goal! Okay. No matter what country around the world you're in, everyone's first thought when they hear that is that a goal has just been scored in a game of soccer. Today I'm here to awaken you to what truly separates soccer from the other sports around the world. First, a little bit about myself. I've been playing soccer since I was 4. I've been an avid fan of soccer since, well, before my freshman year in high school. And recently I did some research to find some important factors about what separates soccer from other sports around the world. The first important factor that I thought really separates soccer is about global fanhood and how many fans the sport truly has. The second part is about how crazy soccer fans are, commonly known as hooligans. My last point is pertaining what separates soccer from average hobbies and turns it into more of a lifestyle and it stays with you. The best way I thought that would truly display how big soccer is this graph I created. Using information I found on foxsports.com, I was able to discover sports leagues around the world with more than 10,000 fans per game. As you see, football here with 3, hockey has 1, lacrosse 1, soccer with 22, baseball 3, and basketball 1. And this is all the leagues combined with 9, still not competing with soccer. In those 22 leagues that have over 10,000 fans per game, there are over 6 different continents and are countries ranging from South Korea, the United States, England, and even Australia. All over the world, soccer is a huge sport. However, this next part about soccer is generally in Europe, not as common in the United States. Every team in Europe generally has a thing they call firms. These firms can basically be described using a quote from a movie called Green Street Hooligans. When the leader of one of England's toughest firms is asked if firms are essentially gangs, he responds bluntly by saying, "Kind of, but we're a far cry from that Bloods and Crips bullshit. We might be into fighting and all, but it's really about reputation, humiliating another mob in a fight, or doing something that the other firms can talk about." These hooligans are more than just average fans. They have a strong love and a passion for their team, and they're even willing to fight for their team, to represent their team. These fightings have been going on for decades. It is usually gentlemanly and sporting in nature. However, from time to time, things can get out of hand. People have died. My last point is considering my own personal experiences and observations about soccer. I've been playing soccer in the same park for the past 4 years. I've met tons and tons of people that come to play. These people are ranging from all walks of life. There's mechanics, teachers, even the meat carver at a local grocery store. Also, these people range in age from 15 to even a 76-year-old war veteran who's out there running around with 19-year-old kids. What I've learned from these experiences is no matter how old I get or where I am in life, there's always going to be soccer. There's always going to be somewhere in the world to play soccer, even in the United States where it's not the most popular sport. Lastly, I would like to recap what separates soccer from the other sports in the world. The graph I used displaying how many fans it truly has and how big it is, how global. The hooligans and the firms around the world causing havoc every which way. And the fact that no matter where I am in the world, there's always going to be somewhere to play soccer. And lastly, go Liverpool, Man United sucks, fight on.
All right, Andy, what did you think?
I liked his intro. It was catchy and got everyone's attention. He clearly outlined what he was going to say in his speech. I like that he personally had experience with soccer and it meant to him. He cited where he got his info for his chart. He had good transitions. It was interesting, and I just thought maybe he could have had pictures of maybe a stadium and how full it is, showing all the fans, or maybe a picture of the hooligans he was talking about. and I thought his conclusion was good.
All right. I'd agree with you on a couple of those things. I thought that the thesis was really clear. You've got a good structure that you set up there. It just seemed a little bit thin on the individual points, so there needs to be some more development. When you talk about the firms and the hooligans, for instance, the only reference that you have is the movie. I think you need to get a little bit more background information on that. You've got kind of an example and a couple of quotes there, but again, they sound like they are narrative from fictional work as opposed to being from a documentary or something that's actually about those. And the first thing that occurred to me when you got to that third point and you're talking about the place that you play on a regular basis, I'm thinking, well, wait a second. Is there a firm or a bunch of hooligans that follow your team around and get in fights afterwards? I want to see, you know, if I'm going to get in a fight, I want to get in a fight with that 70-year-old man, you know, because at least I've got a chance there. You know, and so I thought that that was a little incomplete. The visual is, you know, it's one piece of information. It's a good statistic that you have, and we can see and contrast the image pretty easily because it's there. It does look a little cheesy that it's done on the one piece of paper, and it looks like you did it with a crayon. I mean, I think, I think, yeah, I understand. And to get an idea across, it doesn't automatically have to be done on a big scale. But let's face it, it's going to have an effect on the way people, you know, the impression that people have of your speech. So it would have been something simple to do on a single transparency. That would be pretty low budget also. And it'd have the same information. And then maybe something, for instance, about all those leagues that you were talking about, or the number of people who are playing in the parks here in the United States. Something maybe on the other points, too. I think that might have been something that would have added a little bit to the speech. I did like the exit line. I thought that's a good way to finish off. There's some nice enthusiasm there. All right, thank you.